What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid, coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to talk about Bungie's live stream, which ended, I don't know, an hour or so ago. We're going to talk about it, we're going to tell you what we can be expecting from our Age of Triumph, and if we should be excited. But before we get into that, our sub, like, and comment of the day, it comes from Ralph. Ralph's a good guy. Ralph is one of the few people who follows me on Twitter, and I can always count on him to go ahead and check out a tweet whenever I do tweet and like it and maybe even leave a comment there. So, heyo Ralph. Anyway, the topic of this video is all about Age of Triumph. We got our first Bungie live stream regarding the Age of Triumph today, and it was actually pretty nice. I really enjoyed it. So, let's say right from the top, if you are a PvP, primarily a PvP player, you're probably not going to be that excited with the Age of Triumph. Probably not. Based on what we know so far, you probably are not very excited. So I fully understand that if you are a PvP primary player, you're probably not that excited and you're probably frustrated. You're probably much more concerned about weapon balancing. I understand that. But for the rest of you, those PvE players that are still out there, that are still lurking around, this looks like this is going to be an absolutely epic update. And I think Destiny needed that. It feels like it was just a couple weeks ago that I wrote, is PvE dead in Destiny? Because quite frankly, since House of Wolves dropped and Trials of Osiris was introduced, Destiny went from being a PvE game to a PvP game. It started focusing solely on PvP. Yes, we got 2 additional raids since then, but it never really made it back to where it started. In the beginning, Destiny was absolutely a PvE game that had PvP on the side. Whenever House of Wolves came and Trials of Osiris was the endgame activity, that's whenever things started changing and turning towards a PvP atmosphere in Destiny. Not saying that that's right or wrong, or PvE players are better or PvP players are better, it's just what happened in Destiny. But right now, this Age of Triumph, they're saying it's basically our swan song, sending us off in a high note for Destiny. And I think going back to the PvE roots is absolutely the right call. I think this is the right call, and I am really excited to go ahead and do this stuff. It's really interesting and really exciting to me. So we're going to talk about all of the different things that we could be looking forward to. For starters, as mentioned, Vault of Glass is back. And of course, also confirmed, Crota's End is back. I was a little bit unsure if it was going to be back or not because they were strictly focusing on the vault in their trailer video and in the screenshot, but Crota is back as well, as is King's Fall. And I know that's not the most exciting thing for some people, but I will take all of our activities being endgame quality activities. I'll take them all being there, and they will all, Vault, Crota, King's Fall, Wrath of the Machine, they will all be 390 light. There will not be a light level increase. 390 light will be maximum, meaning that will be at 400 light and over leveled a little bit, which will actually be pretty nice for something like Crota, where before we were significantly under leveled even whenever we were at max light level and Crota was the end game activity. So 390 light is the max level of the raids, 400 light is going to stay the same, and we're going to be getting 400 gear. That's right, a 400 Vex Mythoclast. And they also mentioned elemental primaries. They mentioned elemental fake burner. They didn't seem to fully confirm it, but they said they were going to talk about how elemental primaries fit in with the sandbox. They're going to talk about that in 2 weeks. My guess is that they will be coming back, and I think that is a great thing. That's my guess, because again, elemental primaries, they have no effect on PvP at all. So if we're listening to what Bungie's saying, and they're saying they want to send us out, having fun and having a blast, then absolutely bringing back elemental primaries is a good thing. It doesn't hurt anything at all. They're already going to let us be higher light level than the raid as it is. You're not going to hurt anything by having elemental primaries back. And I hope they take that same approach towards weapon balancing. I really think that we're going to see a little bit more of a weapon balance patch whenever we get our final live stream in 2 weeks. Because we're going to have our final live stream in 2 weeks, and then on March 28th, that's when Age of Triumph is going to drop. And for starters, we're going to have these weekly raid activities and I'm not exactly sure why, but they're going to start on Crota. I mean, I know that they were talking about they made some additional changes to Crota, and they feel that all these changes work really well, and they really want to showcase that. It feels a little bit backwards because it's going to go Crota, then Vault, then King's Fall, then Wrath of the Machine as far as the raid weekly challenges. It feels a little bit weird. I'm not sure. I think they could have gone by going ahead and starting with Atheon, but then again, they said the Atheon challenge is the hardest challenge to date. I can't even think about what it might be, because remember, the Vault of Glass and Crota's End, it wasn't made with challenges in mind. It simply wasn't. So it's going to be really interesting because remember, our mechanics don't actually change in the raid. It's just something additional to do the challenge mode. So I'm really looking forward to that, because apparently we're going to be getting new ornaments even for your Wrath of the Machine gear. You're going to be getting new ornaments, new armor pieces, weapons. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. The gear is going to drop a lot easier, which makes sense. I mean, it makes sense for the way that Destiny is right now, but whenever people get these 400 Praetorian foils to drop, they are never going to understand the rarity and difficulty of actually obtaining a real legit Praetorian foil. And I know that sounds so stupid and so elitist and blah blah blah, you're just a turd grumpy old gamer kid. No, I get that, but it is true. Those of you that have a Praetorian foil, those of you that are lucky enough to have one, know that is one of the rarest weapon drops that is in the game, period. And to see people just rocking out a 400 version just willy-nilly, that's gonna be a little unsettling. Not that it's the greatest gun in the world or anything, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be a good time. Basically, this is kind of like, think of it like the ending of Destiny 1. Right now, starting in March, or the end of March, the beginning of April, we're basically going to be playing out our own ending to Destiny. And you're gonna get maybe 5 chances, maybe 6 chances at doing the raid weekly challenges. So that's not that many. That just goes to show you how close we are to probably Destiny 2. And I'm just assuming a September release for Destiny 2 based on the fact that every other release we've had for Destiny has been in September. It might not be, but that's just my assumption. Overall though, I'm really excited about this stuff. There's just cool stuff. This is just cool stuff that's going to add to people who wanted to play the game that haven't played it for a long time and are PvE style players, or people that have put Destiny away for a while that just are remembering the good old days. This is going to bring back raid groups, 6 people raid teams. That's something that I haven't had or felt for quite some time, because Wrath came out, we did it, we were all excited to go ahead and do it, and then we had everything and we were done and that was it. But I'm really excited to go ahead and see the new coat of paint that we got on the Vault of Glass, and it is not going to be a Taken or a Siva Vault of Glass or Crota. It's going to be the raid that we know and love, not Sivified, not Takenified. Just want to put that out there. So I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty exciting. There's going to be new loot. We are not going to grind for higher light levels. We will grind for new loot and new ornaments. And I think these type of updates are ones that they should be doing and thinking about in the future. Something like this where we're going ahead and we're getting our gear back. We're getting some ornaments on that gear. We're getting some weapons back, new weapons to go ahead and play with. Those things are really nice. I'm hoping we see things like this in Destiny 2, where they're rolling out additional ornaments or additional weapons every couple months, some new story elements, whatever it may be. I'm hoping this is all foretelling some positive changes in the future. Again, Destiny 1 is what it is. We're pretty much locked into the stuff that we've got. I think this is a nice way to send us out though. It's a nice way to send us out. I mean, if you think about it, by the time this release comes, the Age of Triumph, it's going to be like this crazy Destiny Ultimate Collector's Edition. You're going to have absolutely everything in the game available to you and light level relevant. That's really nice. That is really nice, and I'm looking forward to it. But more than me, I want to know what you're thinking about as far as the Age of Triumph and what you're looking forward to. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Age of Triumph, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #BringBackVexy.